nafanya kazi ya mkono, mimi ni msanii.
My name is Gakunju Kaigwa and I'm a creative.
I am a graphic designer and I am a creative.
My name is Dixon Kaloki and I'm creative.
I'm an arts manager and I'm a creative.
Nico Fresh and Kilinia, my young lady cannot help me because I gonna physical of attraction. Nampenda yule dem nimefeel njaro.
My name is Valentine Kamau. I'm a performing artist, a musician, actor, dancer, and poet. And I am a creative.
Now you see something, now you don't see nothing. Why you wondering, why you feeling cornered? You know what goes around, comes around, my brother. What is going up must come down, my sister. Together we will stand divided, we shall fall.
The Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Information and Communications, Dr. Bitangen Demo, formed the Creative Content Task Force in January 2011. The task force categorized the creative content industry in Kenya to digital animation, broadcast, visual arts, digital media, publishing, gaming, performing arts, and cultural expression. According to analysts, the industry contributes 25 billion Kenya shillings to the Kenya GDP. So, who is a creative?
A creative is a person who... Wacha kuninterrupt mzee. Creative? Hapana. Sana kulingana na mimi, muimbaji kuna zingine ambaye nimependa kuona, kuna zingine ambaye nimependa kusikiza.
A creative is any person who invents and is involved in maybe creating things out of maybe curiosity and it becomes unique. Yeah.
In my mind, a creative person is somebody who comes up with something quite unique, something not in the market.
Who is? I think that's a dangerous question because creativity, of course, crosses the bounds. You can be creative in the arts, you can be creative in the sciences. I mean, creativity is basically our ability to work with the imagination, to not be afraid of imagining and creating new things out of our imagination. And you find that both as an artist and both as a scientist. So a creative for me is anybody who's working or tapping into that.
Many creatives were discouraged into getting into the creative industry by their parents, relatives, and friends, citing that there was no money or income in creativity as opposed to white-collar jobs. In most cases, creatives were seen as failures in the society who failed in their academics, and their only fallback plan was becoming a creative.
And my parents were actually against the whole idea of getting into poetry because they thought it would take me away from school and that kind of thing. Though I did try to show them that there was a positive side to it. So on the side, I would try and make bookmarks from the poems that I would do and then sell them just to show them that there was an angle to it, maybe for a bit of pocket money, that sort of thing.
I've always sung when I was a kid, when I was in school. But sometimes, things just happen. So I had a brother who was a musician at one point. And whenever I was broke, I would ask him for money. So at one point, he suggested, why don't you sing? I pay you. So that's how I got myself into music.
For my parents, they didn't really criticize me as far as the art is concerned, but that encouragement was not really there. So I took it up to myself, and the person who was behind my motivation was my former Ugandan teacher back in secondary school.
The one parent that's alive was very supportive, especially when I started paying bills.
I mean, I remember my grandfather was a great accordionist. He liked to sing. And I think that music, you know, I think as in all our families, these are things that we love. But when you begin to take it as a profession, of course, there's then guidance on whether you're going to earn a living out of it or not. I mean, for me personally, music was something that I was competing in high school and succeeding in high school. And therefore, it was something the family was proud about and something they encouraged. But I was also just very aware that I also had other interests, you know, so I mixed them. So it wasn't family pressure that pushed me to choose architecture. It was the fact that I also loved the sciences, actually.